Over here in the red, at the bottom left, cutest name, but deadly player.
Pippi Jung.
Pippi Jung.
Pippi Jung. You're at a Pippi long stockings? This guy's Pippi owned stockings.
OGS Cezanne.
OGS Cezanne?
I guess.
It's his name. I love the maps that Blizzard has been making. These maps are so good.
They put out a lot of interesting ideas, but they need to keep them more like this map where it's a larger size.
I totally agree
where
with
you can't spawn too close. Because even on Metalopolis, which is a great map in its own right, and I think top 2 maps with this, there are positions that are quite close. Are they too close? I'm not entirely sure, but I mean, obviously, you're going to feel a lot more confident as like a Zerg player being far away or a Terran player close up. This, on the other hand, you're always going to be reasonably far away, but there are different games that are going to develop, whether you are across from them or diagonal from them.
I do totally agree with you on the distance issue. I think some of the earlier Blizzard maps, they were great, but you were literally just too close in some situations.
That's actually, a lot of people noted that while no one liked Desert Oasis, for those of you who remember that map, how could we forget, right? A lot of people noted that even though everyone hates the map, it produced the best games to observe.
Of course.
That is because it wouldn't just be random rush games all the time where you're just so close that you die because you messed one thing up. It was a much longer rush distance, and therefore the game actually developed into the late game and became more interesting.
Forge over here at the expansion. So we're going to see his Forge play once again.
Yeah, maybe just a straight expansion. And on a map like this, that can be quite good because you can just put your cannons in the front on the high ground, and not a lot roaches are actually going to do against that. It's when you try to just hide it behind a building and use like 1-2 cannons to defend, that's not going to work.
The drone continuing to scout here. Studio's actually starting to fill up, by the way. We got a lot more people coming in here.
Yeah. Surprised
Nexus.
so early in the day.
Chasing out the drone.
And then these Zerglings being made. Let's take a look. Yeah, he's making 4 Zerglings, which I actually find quite surprising when you see a Forge expansion coming up.
You probably need to make 2.
Yeah, I would just make 2 to make sure that the probe doesn't do any silliness around me.
Silliness.
Yeah, man. You don't want
no
probe
tomfoolery.
Yeah. No shenanigans from that probe. But 4, that could be one more drone.
No Joe Jacking around from the probe.
Joe Jackin? Never heard of that one, Tasteless.
I had a teacher in high school say that, and I was like, what? The probe is out. Or out, excuse me, gone.
Now, I do like, he's already popped out 1 queen. Second queen making, as we see on the production tab. I like that. You know, if someone's going to go fast expansion, you got to really work your economy to get it up to where the Protoss is going to be. And getting that second queen is going to allow you to do that. More larva injects. You get your creep tumors out. Very important things. Is that drone actually going down to expand, Tasteless?
I don't know.
What do you think?
He's like running away from home. He's like, I'm leaving.
I'm going to make an extractor over here. Why?
Because I don't want to be a hatchery
so much
when I grow
potential.
up.
Why do you want to be a lowly
You're going to
extractor?
be a veterinarian when you grow up. I guess he is actually going to go for a double expand. This is StarCraft 1 style play. I don't know if it works in...
Against a Forge expand, it is something you can do. It's something that Idra and I have actually tested out a little bit. And it's one of the possibilities of a strategy that you absolutely can do. Because they just cannot attack you fast enough to stop you from getting that 3rd base. But you can't get a 3rd queen. That doesn't work.
So he's going to go 3. This actually looks like StarCraft 1.
Yeah.
This looks
it's
almost
a big
identical.
Map.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
It looks almost identical to a StarCraft 1 game.
Yep. When you actually have maps where players can prepare for each other and, you know, play an economy-based game, it starts to look a lot more like StarCraft 1 than StarCraft 2 has so far.
Very interesting here. Will he go for the plus? Well, he doesn't have best beam gas yet, but pretty soon here he will be able to chrono boost upgrades here. Attack, which would be quite good if he does go Stalkers. He's going to go Zealots. 3 more Zealots here.
I like the 2 Zerglings in the middle there.
Yep.
At the Zelnaga Watchtowers.
Now, of course, when you get additional queens like this, you can make lots of creep tumors.
Yeah.
And start taking over the map. I mean, if you're good and you're Zerg, you should have the whole map covered in creep.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, absolutely. And I like that because that actually kind of sticks with the whole kind of concept of Zerg.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even when you played it in the single player, it's like, oh, the Zerg's all over the map. Well, now it looks like that in the multiplayer. But it's also got a strategic advantage, too, because the Zerg units run faster on creep.
That's right, and the creep tumors spot things. So it's actually a great scouting device. More so against Terran, because Protoss normally has an observer with the army. But it's very important to do. Look at this. A lot of Zealots coming out, but he does have a Roach Horn. He does have Zergling speed almost done. He needs to get units over there, though, because if those Zealots just target that hatchery before... It looks like units are not going to get there fast enough. And if they don't, and that hatchery dies, Pippi is going to be well ahead.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Cezanne, you are in trouble here.
You've got to stop this, Cezanne.
There's not enough units coming up. Zealots deal damage so fast. Oh, what are you doing? Just target the hatchery. Doesn't matter if 2 Zerglings are attacking you. These are suicide mission Zealots. Kamikaze Zealots here. Yeah, and that hatchery is going to end up going down. That's pretty huge.
It's getting low. It's getting low.
And that is not good news for Cezanne whatsoever. That's the problem with taking the 3rd hatchery. You have to make units. You can't drone it immediately because of little attacks like this.
Back here in Protoss land, Twilight Council up. You can expect to see Blink. Mass Stalker's very popular. And he actually might just go for a timing kill here.
Yeah, it definitely does look like that. With this many warp gates going to come in, it's going to give him 5, 6, 7, 8 gateways. Just 8 warp gate powered. This is a very strong strategy. This is kind of the style of attack that Next Genius really likes to use in this matchup. And he, of course, is one of the most feared Protoss vs. Zerg experts. ESC Jung, actually, I've seen use strategies like this as well. And yeah, this is actually going to be the sickest amount of units. It's going to be very hard to stop with Roachling, especially when you already lost that base. And look at that, a little sneak expansion on a place Protoss probably won't scout for quite some time.
And the only reason why he won't scout that right away is because Protoss is supposed to be expanding here next, and then finally to here.
And it's actually so close to Protoss, Zerg has 0% chance to defend it against any attack. You said 1 Zealot up there instead.
And on a completely different note, look, on the mini-map, this is a face. It's a smile.
Oh my, that's so cute.
And it's actually the happiest map. Look at that.
That
and
is
this one's
happy.
actually just an ugly face, see?
Oh no.
Oh no, his
He's
eyes
got
are too
terrible
far
teeth.
apart.
All right.
All right, back to the game.
I like this move here by Cezanne, I have to admit. You know, going back here, I don't think he'll do any real attacks, but he'll definitely keep the Protoss thinking, maybe keep him in his base a little bit longer. And the Spire is almost done for our Zerg player. This creep spread is looking good on that mini-map.
Yeah, this is looking really good.
That's a lot of tumors going out.
Whenever I played Cezanne before, he always was so good, actually, with getting the creep out. You always had to try to get a Raven out and try to kill his creep tumors. Didn't have much map control.
And wow, that is actually a lot of units.
Supplies!
Cezanne can't really, if he goes up there at all, man.
Oh.
Force field's behind it.
Oh! Nice. Really nice.
So like, we're out of here!
This guy's like, I gotta get home!
There's cannon over there.
These Zerglings are gonna have quite a story if they make it out of here alive. Nope.
It's actually impossible unless an Overlord came to pick them up. Now, Mutilisks are being made, as well as attack for air units. This is actually a really good strategy. If you go Ling Roach into Mutalisk, it can be quite strong. The only problem is Cezanne is already quite far behind. You know, he lost that expansion, and the Protoss has 8 warp gates just pumping out units right now. And just to show you exactly how far behind he is for losing that hatchery, it's 132 supply against 112 right now. And even though he is building up his supply, those units are so strong. I cannot believe, actually, he just walked a queen across the map to this base. That's crazy.
The queen is clearly out of shape, by the way.
Yeah. And down at the natural, we have some mutas going in, but Blink Stalker's going to stop that harassment quite easily.
Every move Cezanne does is basically being stopped.
Yeah.
Cezanne has yet to have a successful attack, strategic move, anything. Oh, interesting.
That's a good pylon right there.
Yeah.
A nice little place to warp in some units. When this attack does come out, I don't know if Cezanne is actually going to have enough use to stop it. I think we're going to see an almost max army move out, maybe 170 supply move out with Protoss, and just start warping in. And I mean, Cezanne has to crush that first army. It's very questionable if he can do that, though.
I don't even know if, with bad unit control, Pippi can lose this.
Yeah, it's just so many units. And, you know, his upgrades are really good. He's got +2 attack right now. Those Zealots already know about up there. I mean, sorry, Cezanne.
Oops, excuse me. Bumped into the side of the screen. This expansion's going to be taken out.
Yeah. More importantly, though, here is the main attack.
All right, you can see he's got the spread
out. A lot of
out.
spine crawlers. I like that.
He's got the spread. Lots of spine crawlers. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that is so many spine crawlers. But there are destructible rocks that Pippi can ultra roots with.
Is he going to save this expansion?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Very nice.
Very nice play. Here we
okay,
go.
if he actually attacks into these spines, I'm going to have a headache. And he decides to attack into it. Don't know if this is really the best choice at this point. And here come the Mutalisks from the top, blinking back. Okay, just north of here, there's destructible rocks. You could actually circumnavigate all the spine crawlers. See that? There they are. Just kill those and walk through, and the spine crawlers don't matter. You kill that base. Here they go again, though. The Roach is coming up. The Mutants coming up. That is a lot of +2 Stalkers and a beautiful Guardian Shield, really taking the damage down that's being dealt. And almost all the Mutants are done at this point. I guess he didn't even care about the spine crawlers. He's like, no, that's fine. Just blinking away.
It's the blink that's winning this.
Yeah, it's very good blink micro. Good upgrades.
But
and
you know what?
Cezanne is in so much trouble.
Zerg does still have this hatchery, but not enough drones, I think. But we'll see. I mean, he does have the Lings back with...
Yeah, the Zerglings actually are going to help a real lot.
Yeah, the mixture of the two is quite strong.
Wow, actually, you know, he has some High Templars being made right now, but these Roaches are doing a great job on the creep. I'm surprised he hasn't actually reinforced even one time yet.
I know.
It's kind of surprising.
He's actually reinforcing back here.
Looks like he is going to make a third base, which is quite important at this point, but...
Oh, meanwhile...
he ends up killing it.
Killed up.
Cezanne does have that third base up, but really no drones at it quite yet. Oh, it's circling down here. Pretty annoying.
He's going to make quick work of this.
That expansion is going to have to be canceled.
Cezanne is now actually in the lead.
Yeah, he's looking like he's going to be able to take this game. It's quite impressive because it really looked like he was done. The spine crawlers actually changed the entire game there. Even though he did break through, it slowed him down long enough.
In and out. He is denied the expansion. He's going to have to start again. The economy's getting really behind here.
That's right. The supplies very close to each other right now, within 5. Zergling's so fast on creep.
He has High Templars now, but
High Templars.
Storm is not exactly the best against Roaches.
Yeah, in fact, if you have the all the Roach upgrades and you just burrow them, they can just kind of sit through a Storm and take almost no damage.
Yeah.
And here he goes, walking up. Zergling's coming in for the flank. Storm on the Roaches. Kind of misses with that second. Third one hits very nicely. Missed fourth Storm. Getting a little bit too excited there, buddy.
Long distance mining over here. Protoss is getting desperate. Mined out here.
Yeah, another battle. The Roaches coming up. You don't want to be that close to them. Storming Hydra, storming Roaches. And it looks like Zerg may be able to hold this off.
It's a tense moment. Zerg has to hold this attack.
The Archon doing some good damage here. And this is a very close battle, but Protoss has to win it. He can't really keep on remaking his army. He's got a lot more supply now. 111 against 78. Oh, more High Templars, more Zealots being made. A lot of Archons in battle now. And, Cezanne, he's switching over to Hydra. He realizes he needs something better than Roaches to combat this.
He's going to get to the hatchery. Zerg cannot lose his hatchery.
That's right.
That would seesaw the game back into the favor of the Protoss.
Yeah, not just seesaw. I think it would win the game for Protoss. And GG! PP! GG!
GG!
And Pippi advances with some
Got a
very
big smile
interesting
on his
strategies.
face. You know what I love is how these guys are just showing so much more personality in StarCraft 1.
Yeah.
I felt like in StarCraft 1 we actually had robots that were playing.
You know, a lot of that wasn't their fault, to be perfectly honest.
That they were robots.
I don't really want to get into it, but
Why was I programmed to feel pain?
yeah. There's a lot with the. It's kind of the way StarCraft 1 program is. This is a much more laid-back
It's much cooler.
environment.
It's much cooler.
I know. We're hipping and hopping.
We got our blazers on and our t-shirts on. It's like, hey,
We're cool.
I'm a formal guy, but I like to party.
Yeah, there you go, man.
Interesting game there. I really enjoyed watching that.
Yeah,
the last game was really good. I mean, that was very back and forth.
It was back and forth.
Yeah. First 2 games a little rocky.
That last battle scene, as if it was a movie, that last battle scene was so important because whoever won that basically won the game. He made him cancel that third base. And by the way, if he had made the Zerg had made his third base over on his side at a reasonable location instead of throwing it across the map again, his economy would have been way better. He would have had so many more units, and that was such a close final battle. Cezanne probably could have ended up winning.
Absolutely.
So definitely some play mistakes on his side to lose that game against Pippi.
Pippi moves on. Congratulations to him. Better luck to OGS Cezanne.
Yeah.
That's
next
a
time.
big blow.
Round of
to
64
OGS.
Protosses, man.
Yeah.
That's what gets him. But Jung, it's a good team. I'm glad that actually we have a Jung player advancing.
Yeah.
We don't really hear a lot out of this team, but it definitely has some good players.
We are going to close this out, guys. So we're going to have an interview. We hope you had some good questions. We'll do it again.